जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्री गौर पूर्णिमा महामहोत्सव की जय। श्री गौरांग महाप्रभु की जय। श्री पंच तत्व भगवान की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Wish you all a very blessed, blissful Gaur Purnima festival. All glories to Lord Gauranga. All glories to his Sankirtan movement. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, I was going to continue reading our Chaitanya Bhagavat regular reading from Antyakhanda, but I just realized that, and I was going to continue our Gaur Purnima reading in the evening today for me. That means for you tomorrow morning on Jagannath Mishra's festival day. But today evening, I'm going to be in the Abhishek. So I won't be able to read today evening for you. So therefore, I have decided to continue Gaur Purnima reading now. So I will be reading chapter 3. Yesterday we read chapter 2 from Chaitanya Bhagavat. So this will be continuation. It will be chapter 3 from Chaitanya Bhagavat. So yesterday we read up to the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now we will continue from there. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda chapter 3. Sri Gaurachandrasya Koshti Ganana. A song in Ekapadi. Look, there is Lord Chaitanya's marketplace, where he sells the jewels of prema, love for Krishna. From the first moment of his descent into this world, the Lord preached the Hari Sankirtan movement. Seeing that an eclipse had darkened the four directions, the people, running to bathe in the Ganga, chanted Hari. So that's the end of the song. So we saw in the previous chapter how various songs were sung in glorification of Sri Gaurang Mahaprabhu. So this song ends here. Persons who had never in their lives spoken the names of Lord Hari now chanted Hari as they ran to bathe in the Ganga. When the 10 directions were thus filled with the sounds of Lord Hari's names, he who is the jewel of the Brahmanas smiled and descended to this world. Gazing at their son's beautiful face, Sachi and Jagannath became filled with bliss. What rituals should we perform? We do not have anything. Hurrying there, the ladies of the village exclaimed, Jai, Jai! All the relatives hurried there. Jagannath's home was filled with happiness. Sachi's father, the great Brahmana Nilambara Chakravarti, gazed at the infant boy's wonderful horoscope, filled with wonder as he gazed at the infant's handsome form. Nilambar Chakravarti said, This child has all the signs of a great king. There is a prophecy that says, one day a Brahmana will be king of West Bengal. Perhaps this boy will be that king. In time we will know if this boy is indeed that person. Then Nilambar Chakravarti, who was a great Brahmana astrologer, began to describe the infant boy's horoscope. On the lagna of this horoscope, I see this boy will be very glorious. He will be like a king. I do not have the power to describe the full extent of his glory. He will be so great a scholar that he will defeat even Brihaspati. He will be a treasure house of all virtues. Then a great Brahmana saint began to predict the Lord's future deeds. The Brahmana said, This infant is Lord Narayan himself. He will establish the essence of all religion. This infant will become a wonderful preacher. He will deliver the entire world. To everyone, he will freely give the treasure that Brahma, Shiva, and Sukadev at every moment yearn to attain. Simply by seeing him, the whole world will become blissful, renounced, and merciful to all. Yes, simply by seeing him, the whole world will become blissful, renounced, and merciful. Simply by seeing him, the whole world will become blissful, renounced, and merciful. What to speak of others? Even the Yavanas who hate Lord Vishnu will worship the feet of this boy. His glories will be sung in countless universes. Everyone, from Brahmanas to children, will bow down before him. He will be Bhagavad Dharma personified, devotional service personified. He will be a great saint. He will be devoted to the demigods, Brahmanas, and Gurus, and also to his mother and father. As Lord Vishnu descends to this world to establish the true religion, so this infant will also teach the true religion. Who has the power to explain the auspicious signs on this boy's horoscope? Oh Jagannath Mishra, you are very fortunate to have such a son. I bow down before you. I am fortunate to read this infant's horoscope. His name will be Vishwambhar. The people will call this boy Navadvip Chandra, the moon of Navadvip. Please know that he will be spiritual bliss personified. Because that rasa would have brought unhappiness to the fathers, to the Lord's parents, the Brahmana said nothing about the Lord's acceptance of sannyas. Hearing these descriptions, Hearing these descriptions, Jagannath Mishra became wild with bliss. He wished to give a gift to the Brahmana. Jagannath Mishra, who was very poor and had nothing to give, touched the Brahmana's feet and wept tears of joy. The Brahmana touched Jagannath Mishra's feet and also wept. Everyone happily exclaimed, Hari, Hari! Hearing this auspicious transcendental horoscope, all the relatives exclaimed, Jai, Jai! Then musicians played mridangas, shehnais, and flutes, making music without end. Unnoticed, demigods and demigoddesses mingled with the human men and women, touching the Lord's head, and with auspicious Durva grass in her left hand. Goddess Aditi, the mother of the demigods, declared, May you live long. When she smiled and said, May you live long, those words meant, May you be manifest on the earth for a long time. Sachi could see that these ladies were very wonderfully beautiful. Still, questions about their identity did not enter her mouth. The demi-goddesses touched the dust of Sachi's feet. She was overcome with happiness. No words came to her mouth. Neither Lord Ananta nor the Vedas personified had the power to describe the bliss that filled Jagannath Mishra's home. No one could describe the bliss the people of Nadia saw in Sachi's home. No one could describe. If Lord Ananta and Vedas could not describe, then who else can describe? No one could describe the bliss the people of Nadia saw in Sachi's home. Whether they were in the middle of town, in their homes, or by the Ganga shore, everyone always chanted the names of Lord Hari. On the night of the eclipse, everyone celebrated a joyful festival to honor the Lord's birth in this world. Still, no one understood what they had done. So everyone is celebrating a festival, and there was no particular reason for them. They didn't know why they were doing it. But in every home on that night, everyone was celebrating a joyful festival. Everyone was chanting Hari Hari. Lord Chaitanya's birthday is the full moon night of Falguna month. Brahma and all the demigods worship that holy Tithi. The Tithi, when Lord Chaitanya, the jewel of the Brahmanas, descended to this world, is the most sanctifying of all holy Tithis. It is devotional service personified. Lord Nityananda was born on the Shukla Trayodasi of Magh month, and Lord Chaitanya appeared in the full moon night of Falguna month. These two holy Tithis are the most auspicious and glorious of all holy days, Nityananda Trayodasi and Gaur Purnima. They are the most holy Tithis, most auspicious and glorious of all holy days. A person who observes these two holy days breaks the bonds of illusion and attains Krishna Bhakti, devotional service to Krishna. As the Lord's appearance day is purifying, so a Vaishnava's appearance day is also purifying. A person who hears the description of Lord Chaitanya's appearance in this world never again suffers. Never again will he die. Never again will he be born in this world. I'll read that again. A person who hears the description of Lord Chaitanya's appearance in this world never again suffers. Never again will he die. Never again will he be born in this world. A person who hears the topics of Lord Chaitanya attains devotional service. He comes with the Lord each time he descends to this world. The Adi Kanda, which describes Lord Chaitanya's descent into this world, is very beautiful to hear. These pastimes are not manifested only once. The Vedas explain that the Supreme Lord appears and disappears again and again in this world. I do not see any beginning or end to the descriptions of Lord Chaitanya. What by his mercy I have understood, I will write about in this book. I offer my respectful obeisances at the feet of Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. I pray that my offenses will be forgiven. The two moons, Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, are my life and soul. I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their feet. So that was chapter 3, completed. And then chapter 4 is Namakarana, Bala Charita, Chaurapaharana Varnana. Description of the Lord's name giving ceremony, childhood pastimes, and the abduction by thieves. So, childhood pastimes, early childhood pastimes. We'll read this a little bit because we have some more time. O lotus eyed Lord Chaitanya Chandra, glory, glory unto you. Glory, glory to your loving devotees. Please place your auspicious glance upon me, so that, free from guile, my heart may worship you day and night. Now that Lord Chaitanya was present there, the bliss in Sachi's home increased day after day. Again and again, gazing at their son's handsome face, the Brahmana and Brahmani floated in an ocean of bliss. Lord Vishwarup would look at his brother, the abode of bliss, smile and embrace him. Relatives would stay around the infant boy day and night. Some chanted the Vishnu Raksha mantras, others chanted Devi Raksha mantras, and others circumambulated the house. When he wept, shedding tears from his lotus eyes, the Lord would at once stop if he heard the holy name of Lord Hari. Eventually, everyone understood the Lord's hint. Whenever he wept, they would chant the names of Lord Hari. The playful demigods would sometimes play practical jokes on the people always surrounding the Lord. Invisible, a demigod would slip into the house. When the people saw his shadow, they would say, "There goes a thief." Some called out, "Narsimha, Narsimha." On the mouths of others, the Aparajita Stotra was heard. Many prayers were recited in the 10 directions. Thus there was a great commotion in Sachi's home. Seeing that the Lord was inside, the demigod would gather outside the house. The people would then say, "Someone should guard the house." Others would cry out, "Stop, stop, a thief runs away." Others would call out, "Narasimha, Narasimha." An exorcist warned the demigods, "Today you may have escaped, but you do not know the great power of Lord Narasimha." Invisible, the demigods laughed. In this way, 1 month passed. On the day celebrating Balaka Utthana, Sachi went with the other women to bathe in the Ganga. Accompanied by tumultuous singing and instrumental music, Sachi bathed in the Ganga. She worshipped goddess Ganga, and then she went to the temple of goddess Shashti. After properly worshipping the feet of all the demigods, she returned home with the other women. Then Sachi respectfully offered them puffed rice, bananas, oil, red sindura, betel nuts, and betel leaves. After blessing the infant boy and offering obeisances to Mother Sachi, all the women returned to their homes. In this way, the Lord enjoyed pastimes. If the Lord does not give understanding, who has the power to understand them? Again and again, the infant Lord cried. In this way, he made everyone chant the holy names of Lord Hari. Whatever the women did to pacify him, the Lord would only cry more and more. However, when everyone said, "Hari, Hari," a smile at once appeared on the Lord's moon-like face. Discovering that this pleased the Lord's heart, everyone would gather together, clap their hands, and sing Hari. In this way, everyone happily performed Hari Sankirtan, and Sachi's home became filled with the holy names of Lord Hari. The Lord's pastimes in Jagannath Mishra's home were secretly like the pastimes he enjoyed as Gopal Krishna. When no one was home, he scattered things here and there, little infant boy. On the four walls, he threw oil, milk, whey, and ghee. When he learned mother is coming, the infant Lord fell to the ground and he fell to the ground and cried, saying, "Hari, Hari." Mother Saji comforted her infant son. Then she saw all the things scattered about. She asked, "Who threw the wheat, rice, and dal everywhere in the house?" Then she saw the pots of milk and yogurt were broken. In the house was only a 4-month-old infant. Who scattered everything? No one knew. Everyone in the family came. No one saw the sign of any culprit. Someone said, "Perhaps a demon came here, but was unable to harm the child because of the protective mantras." Unable to harm the child, the demon became angry, threw everything here and there, and then fled to his own place. Seeing all this, Jagannath Mishra was bewildered, thinking, "It is providence." He did not say anything. The two parents saw the disturbance as the will of providence. However, when they gazed at their infant son, they could not remain unhappy. Some days passed happily in this way, and then it was time for the name giving ceremony. Nilambara Chakravarti, scholars, and relatives all came. Many chaste ladies, decorated with red sindoor and splendid like Goddess Lakshmi herself, also came. Everyone gave thought to choosing the name. Some ladies suggested one name, and other ladies suggested another. Someone said, there will not be many older sons and daughters. He is the last one born. Therefore, his name should be Nimai. After consulting among themselves, the learned scholars decided on an appropriate name for the boy. They said, "As soon as this boy was born, famine ended in the land, and the farmers were blessed with rain. The earth again became happy and prosperous, as if Lord Narayan himself was protecting the earth. Therefore, this boy should be given the name Sri Vishwambhar, the maintainer of the worlds." After all, in his horoscope it is written that he will be a brilliant lamp shining in his family. The name Nimai, given by the chaste ladies, will be the second name the people call him. At the most auspicious moment of the name giving ceremony, the Brahmanas chanted verses from the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Vedas. At that auspicious moment, the demigods and humans chanted the holy names of Lord Hari, sounded conch shells, and rang bells. Rice, a book, puffed rice, coins, gold, silver, and other objects were brought and placed before the infant boy. Jagannath Mishra said, "O Vishwambhar, my son, please listen. At once grasp whatever touches your heart." Ignoring everything else, infant Lord Chaitanya picked up Srimad Bhagavatam and embraced it. Hari Bol. The chaste ladies filled the four walls with sounds of Jai. Everyone said, "He will be a great Pandit." Someone said, "This boy will become a great Vaishnava. With slight study, he will learn all the scriptures." Whoever saw Lord Vishwambar's smiling face became drenched in showers of bliss. When they put him on their laps, the ladies did not know how to put him down. Even the demigoddesses cannot easily place the Lord on their laps. Whenever the infant Lord cried, the ladies clapped their hands and sang the names of Lord Hari. Hearing this, the infant Lord danced as he sat on their laps. This made all the ladies sing Lord Hari's holy names with more enthusiasm. Okay, whenever the infant Lord cried, the ladies clapped their hands and sang the names of Lord Hari. Hearing this, the infant Lord danced as he sat on their laps. This made all the ladies sing Lord Hari's holy names with more enthusiasm. Thus, by the Lord's tricks, the holy names of Lord Hari were always in everyone's mouth. That was his desire. Without the Supreme Lord's desire, no action will be successful. This truth is declared in the Vedas, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and all the scriptures. Thus, arranging that his holy name would always be chanted, Lord Chaitanya, Sachi's son, grew day by day. Then the supremely handsome infant Lord began to crawl about on his knees, making the bells around his hips tinkle sweetly. Then the supremely fearless infant Lord began to play in the courtyard. He would grasp snakes, fire, or anything else that he saw. One day a snake slipped through the fence and entered the house. In his childhood pastimes, the Lord at once grasped the snake. The snake coiled around and around. The infant Lord reclined upon the coils. Seeing this, everyone panicked and screamed, "Hi, hi!" The infant Lord only smiled and continued to recline on the snake. Everyone screamed, "Garuda, Garuda!" The frightened parents and other relatives wept. Hearing everyone weep, the snake, who was Lord Ananta, slithered away, even though the infant Lord Chaitanya tried again to grasp him. The ladies at once grasped the infant Lord, placed him on their laps, and blessed him, saying, "May this boy live long." Some chanted protective mantras, others recited blessings, others poured over the infant Lord's limbs the water of the Ganga, water that had once washed Lord Vishnu's feet. Some say, "It is as if this boy is born again." Others said, "The snake did not hurt him." Infant Lord Chaitanya smiled and looked at all the ladies. Again and again he tried to go back to the snake, but everyone stopped him. Anyone who with devotion hears these pastimes, which are secretly described in the Vedas, will not be harmed by the snake of repeated birth and death. After some days, the infant Lord began to walk, wandering here and there in the courtyard. The handsomeness of the Lord's limbs defeated 10 million Kamadevs. The moon yearned to gaze on his face. His graceful head and forehead were covered with graceful curly hair. His eyes were lotus flowers. He looked like Gopal Krishna himself. His long arms reached to his knees. His lips were red. His chest was broad. All his features were handsome and auspicious. His handsome, fair form was splendid like the sun. His fingers, hands, and feet were very handsome. The Lord walked here and there as a child walks. Seeing the naturally red soles of his feet and thinking he had cut himself and was bleeding, Sachi became frightened. Gazing at the Lord, Sachi and Jagannath Mishra became filled with wonder. Although they were poverty stricken, they became filled with bliss. When they were alone, they asked each other, "What exalted person has taken birth in our home? I think a great saint has taken birth in our home, and he will put an end to our sufferings in this world of birth and death. I have never heard of a child like ours. He smiles and dances whenever he hears the names of Lord Hari. When he cries, no one can console him. But when someone says the name of Lord Hari, he stops crying. He listens carefully. From early morning, the ladies would surround the boy Lord and sing the holy names. When the ladies clapped their hands and sang Hari Hari, the handsome fair boy joyfully danced. One time, he playfully rolled in the dust and then, smiling, climbed onto his mother's lap. Gracefully moving his limbs, Lord Chaitanya would dance. Gazing at him, everyone became filled with peerless bliss. No one could understand how the boy Lord had induced them to always chant the names of Lord Hari. The boy Lord was always running in and out of the house. No one could catch him. He was very restless. Wandering outside, the boy Lord wanted to taste whatever he saw, whether it was puffed rice, bananas, or sandesh. When they saw his charming form, even strangers who did not know him at once gave whatever he wished. In this way, everyone would give him bananas and sandesh, and the Lord would happily return home. Then he would give these gifts to the ladies who sang the holy names of Lord Hari. Seeing the boy's intelligence, everyone smiled. At every moment, they would clap their hands and sing Hari. The Lord wandered freely in and out of the house, whether morning, noon, or night. Every day he went to a neighbor friend's house and stole something. In one house he drank milk, in another house he ate rice. If in a certain house he could not find anything to eat, he would break the pots. If in someone's house there was a small child, he would make the child cry. If anyone saw him, he would flee. If by destiny someone caught him, he would grasp that person's feet and plead, "Please let me go this one time. Again, please be merciful." Seeing the boy's intelligence, everyone was filled with wonder. No one was angry with him. Everyone loved him. Everyone loved him more than their own children. When they saw him, he stole their hearts. In this way, the king of Vaikunta enjoyed pastimes. He would not stay in one place, he was always wandering about. Okay, so there's one last pastime in this chapter, and then we will end. Uh, One day, two thieves saw the Lord. They thought, "Whose boy is this, wandering around the town?" Seeing the glistening ornaments on the Lord's graceful limbs, they decided to rob them. "Son, son," said one, placing the Lord on his lap. "Where have you been all this time?" said the other thief. "Son, let's go home," said the two thieves. The Lord smiled and said, "Let us quickly go home." The two thieves quickly took the Lord in their arms. The people nearby said, "Go home, my boy, go home." Who could count the thousands and thousands of people in Navadvip gazing at the ornaments? The two thieves became very happy. The two thieves thought, "Nimai's bangles will be mine." As the two thieves hurried to their secret place, the smiling Lord rode on their shoulders. One of the thieves put a sandesh in the Lord's hand. The other thief said, "We have almost come home." By the time the thieves had gone very far, the Lord's relatives began to search for him. Some called out, "Vishwambhar, come home, come home." Others called out, "Nimai." Everyone was frantic. They were like fish struggling to stay alive out of water. Everyone completely took shelter of Lord Krishna. Meanwhile, the thieves were carrying the Lord towards his own home. Bewildered by Lord Vishnu's Maya, the thieves could not find the right path. Thinking they were at their own place, they arrived instead at Jagannath Mishra's home. Thinking they were at their own secluded home, the thieves were eager to take the Lord's ornaments. One of the thieves said, "Son, get down. Now we are home." The Lord replied, "Yes, yes, put me down at once." Inside Jagannath Mishra's home, everyone was filled with despair. Their heads rested in their hands. Bewildered by Maya, the thieves thought they were in their own home. They took the Lord from their shoulders and placed him in his own home. As soon as he was put down, the Lord ran to his father's lap. Filled with bliss, everyone called out, "Hari, Hari!" Everyone was filled with a happiness that cannot be described. The life that had once gone again entered their bodies. The two thieves could see they were not in their own home. Whose home they were in, they did not know. Who noticed them in the great commotion? Frightened, the thieves fled, running in the four directions. How strange, the thieves thought. One thief said, "Who knows the magic to have bewildered us like that?" Today, Goddess Durga rescued us. The two thieves agreed and happily embraced. Those two thieves were very fortunate, for Lord Narayan rode on their shoulders. Everyone thought, "Who returned the boy? We should tie a turban around his head." Someone said, "I saw two men. They brought the boy. I do not know where they went." "Why did those men go? We have brought him home." Everyone said they were. One asked, "Back?" The Lord replied, "I went to the bank of the Ganga, but then I lost the path and was wandering around town. Then two men picked me up, walked on the streets, and carried me here." Everyone declared, "When they affirm that the Supreme Lord protects children, old persons, and the helpless, the scriptures do not lie." Bewildered by Lord Vishnu's Maya and not understanding the truth of what had just happened, everyone thought these thoughts. In this way, the king of Vaikunta enjoyed pastimes. If he does not give understanding, who has the power to understand them? Whoever hears this narration, which is also secretly spoken in the Vedas, attains firm devotion to Lord Chaitanya's feet. The two moons, Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, are my life and soul. I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their feet. So that ends chapter 4, and that's the end of our Gaur Purnima reading also. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much. All of you have a wonderful Gaur